Hey you, yes you. I know you've been wondering how to grind acorns before week 3 of Summerfest, but luckily for you I went from this to this in less than 48 hours. The first one is way simpler than you may think, and that is simply just doing your pet's needs. And I'm just going to assume that if you're playing Adopt Me that you're already doing this. Every in-game day you get about 4 tasks per pet, and every in-game day is 10 minutes long. So now let's do the maths. Let's just say that you're playing for 1 hour. And hopefully we all know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So those 4 tasks multiplied by those 6 sets of 10 is equal to 24 tasks per hour. And for each pet need that you do, you get 200 acorns per pet need. Then if we get those 200 acorns and multiply that by those 24 tasks, that is equal to 4,800 acorns in total. And that is only 1 hour of your time for Adopt Me. I really do think this is doable because let's say you get home from work, school, whatever is taking up your day, and you have 1 hour of free time. You can literally grind this many acorns just from tasks alone. And this total also increases to around 9,600 acorns if you have 2 pets equipped using the Pro Handler certificate. And even if you don't have this, you can always use an alt's pet. My next tip is to just do the skydiving. You can do the skydiving every in-game day, and every time you do it you get around 3,000 acorns per run. Again, let's say you hypothetically play for an hour. So divide 60 by 10 to find out how many days are actually in an hour. So in that hour you can hypothetically do skydiving 6 times. Then we're going to multiply those 6 days by those 3,000 acorns, and that is equal to 18,000 acorns in total from skydiving. And this is just a rough estimate for how many you could get, because you get more if you're in the center of the target than if you like in the water. And this is also such a great way to make acorns, and this is my main method for making a lot of acorns. So method number 3 is to get acorns from the iris setter. So as you can see here, the iris setter actually has a chance of giving you acorns. Just a disclaimer, the iris setter is low-key really glitched, and people on TikTok are complaining that it doesn't give you the stuff, but it actually does. Like, you just don't see it going to your inventory, but if you look at your camp stories you'll see that it's gone up by 1. And my next tip is to just do your camp tasks. For each task you get 300 acorns, and you get 3 tasks, and that is equal to 900 acorns for all tasks. And the next thing you can do to get acorns is splash people with water balloons. I'm not really going to count it as a tip because you only get 10 acorns I think per person, and that's if you splash them and don't miss. And the last method is to simply just buy them. I personally don't do this, but if you have the Robux and you're actually desperate for these acorns, then I think it is quite a good way to buy them, and they are a lot cheaper than it is to buy books. But I'd only really count this as a last resort if you're 1,000 acorns away from buying something and you need them right this second. But now, let's say you've hypothetically played for an hour and you've done all the camp tasks, you've done skydiving for every time you can, and you've done all of your pet's needs. I'm not including the iris setter because this is not really a reliable source, and also I'm not including buying any with Robux. So we'll add the 18,000 acorns from the skydiving and the 900 acorns from doing all your tasks with the 4,800 acorns from doing all your pet needs, and that is equal to 23,700 acorns in total. And that is all just from that hypothetical hour that you've played for. And this is all multiplied further when you have the pet handler certificate, as all your acorns from doing your task is multiplied if you have 2 pets equipped. And now I've multiplied the pet need 4,800 by 2 as if you've got 2 pets equipped, and then the final total is 28,500 acorns for 1 hour of grinding. So if you really put your mind to it, you can get lots of acorns. Just as a disclaimer, all the maths is done by my brain and my phone calculator, and it is all an estimate because you're not going to get an exact amount of money on Adopt Me. But anyways, that is all for today. I really hope you did enjoy these tips and they are useful to you, and that you use them to grind, because they really are helpful and help me grind a lot of acorns. But I really hope you could please leave a like or subscribe or just do anything so I can know that I at least have one supporter to keep me motivated to keep posting. Now that is all, goodbye.